The cabinet ministers over there are all clamoring over who gets to be responsible for the latest online censorship law. So will the minister who gets to censor what Canadians say please reveal themselves now?
Even Google agreed that they should do this.
As a European, I am a European, actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, Irish citizen. Yeah, so there you
welcome.
go.
Welcome.
Speaking as a European.
WTF.
Here, here.
How many kids did you molest Jeffrey Epstein?
More than just elbows.
And as the most European of the non-European countries.
Being aware of what potential conflicts of interest you sought to avoid.
What possible conflict would you have, Stephanie? Stephanie, I'm complying with the rules. I'm complying with the rules in advance. Come on, Fiat.
These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, you're spending more money on taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter combined.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
So that means he's either wrong about everything he's believed in the last 20 years, and radically so, or he's lying because he thinks the emergency justifies it, and maybe because he's after power. Now let's investigate that a little bit. So, is Carney primarily after power? Perhaps for the reasons that we just described, perhaps because he's using the reasons we just described, his concern for the future, to justify his grip on power. That's another alternative.
Oh, yeah. Gang, so what's up? Aaron right here, Canadian Looney. Do you think it's incompetence or deception? It's got to be one or the other here for Mark Carney, as Dr. Jordan Peterson just pointed out. We're going to be examining his cabinet choices and who he put in certain positions, because I don't think it's incompetence. I think it's deception. Let's take a peek. How many mistakes can you make? Put so many incompetent people in these positions? That's not what's happening. It's deception and excuse making in progress. Let's take a look at the mess of people that Mark Carney has chosen to be in his cabinet cupboard. Like they're a bunch of cons. Let's take a peek.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
Up first, we've got Gary Adana-Sangre, and man, this guy is our public safety minister. And do you feel safe having this guy? Let's look.
Nicola.
What are the classifications of firearms?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, what I can tell the member is that Bill 21 addresses a number of concerns that we've heard from all Canadians, but it is to ensure that...
I wonder if he's getting past a note right now with them. Without looking at that note, what are the classifications for firearms in Canada? He's a public...
The Honourable Minister.
Restricted, non-restricted, and prohibited, Mr. Speaker.
Oh my goodness. Mr. Speaker, this is the public safety minister. Somebody passed him a note with those classifications. Does the public safety minister not know the classifications of firearms at the committee of the whole? Yes or no?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the questions before us today involves Bill 21, and I will advise this House that...
The Honourable Member.
Classifications of firearms has nothing to do with that. We're not talking about Bill C-21. We're talking about whether something so basic as how a firearm is classified is known by the public safety minister.
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the issue is about Bill 21, and our intention is to ensure that law-abiding gun owners have the ability to hold on to their guns, at the same time taking...
The Honourable Member.
Oh, yeah. There's obviously an immigration problem in Canada, a crisis, and they put Lena Diab in charge? Watch Melissa Lantsman cut her up.
Decides who comes into Canada. Does she believe that non-permanent residents who have been convicted of a criminal offence should be deported? Yes or no?
Honourable Minister.
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We have a robust criminal justice system, and there are rules in place. Again, people that are charged and with effect or charged.
The Honourable Member.
What colour is my shirt?
The Honourable Minister.
Well, I mean, you would probably know more than me the colour of your shirt. You're wearing it.
Chair, the member.
Of answering a simple question.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I believe I've been answering the questions.
Honourable member.
Minister, does the minister believe that that Ahmed al-Didi, he was the 2008 Syrian refugee who was charged in 2024 after appearing in an ISIS torture video, missed by initial screenings in this government? Did the Liberal government spend enough time vetting him? Just a simple yes or no.
Well, Minister, very brief response.
Well, thank you again.
Now, again, another crisis that's obvious is the housing crisis, and they put Gregor Robertson in charge. This guy destroyed Vancouver almost by himself when he was mayor there. Let's take a look at his incompetence.
Well, housing accelerator, $4 billion, 0 homes built. But meanwhile, housing prices have doubled, rent has doubled, down payments have doubled, and people are now defaulting on their mortgages at record rates due to the disastrous inflationary spending of this Liberal government. A federal memo confirms that housing will consume 52% of the household budget this year, up from 38% in 2015. So they know they caused this problem. When will the government table a budget with a plan to give the hope of home ownership back to young people?
Hear, hear. Honourable Minister of Housing and Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, this government is taking action on delivering affordability, and we've done that with a tax cut for 22 million Canadians.
That's true.
We've done that with a cut to the GST for first-time homebuyers. We will continue to do that with actions throughout this year, and we expect the members opposite to support this. This is a new voice. Suddenly there's concern from the Conservatives who never voted for affordable housing, never supported a single initiative on affordable housing.
All right, gang, like, in case you don't see, like, question period in full context, because, like, if you're only watching legacy media, they give you the tidbits they want you to see. That is all in context, and the Liberals don't want you seeing it all in context because all they do is dodge, distract, divide, and delay. Like, they don't answer any questions. They're ruining our country, our economy. It's as simple as that. Sorry to have to do it to you guys, but Chrystia Freeland is in Mark Carney's cabinet of carnage. Let's take a peek at this little twerp. My goodness, Wicked Witch of the North. Hop on your broom and take a flight.
My challenge, though, is actually with what I heard at the doors quite often. I can't tell you how many folks I heard that said, you know what, I'm tired of politicians saying one thing and then doing another. So then Liberal candidate, now Prime Minister Mark Carney said, I should say Prime Minister, my apologies, said on 5 separate occasions in the Canada, 5 separate occasions that we would have free trade in Canada by Canada Day. Can you confirm that that will be the case?
And just confirm with the honourable member, he's splitting his time 3 ways? The honourable minister.
I do want to congratulate my colleague, and I'm even going to say friend, from Northumberland, Peterborough, on his re-election. He has a wonderful family. I'd like to congratulate them too. Our commitment as a government is to do everything in our power to get to free trade in Canada by Canada Day. As the member knows, it is not even chiefly in the power of the federal government, but I am proud of what the province.
Oh, yeah. Earth to Tim Hodgson, like our energy minister. Goodness gracious, guy. Get it together. Again, another member of Carney's cabinet of carnage. Let's look.
Again, the member seems to be confused that we're talking about hypothetical projects. The projects that will come forward are specific projects with the support of...
The honourable member.
Seems to be confused. What I'm talking about is current real projects being proposed by real proponents stuck in the regulatory mess right now. Is the Denison Mine project in the national interest?
The honourable minister.
Mr. Speaker, as soon as we get the One Canadian Economy Act passed, we will run it through the process and we will make that determination. We hope the members across the aisle will help us get that done so we can build the strongest economy in the G7.
Oh, yeah. And here we have Melanie Joly. She's been in every position in the cabinet. What a dum-dum. Let's take a look at her. She's stupid.
Mr. Speaker, good news. Last night, the Conservatives passed a motion calling on the Prime Minister to issue a budget this spring. This as Trump is threatening to double the tariffs on steel to 50%. That would put Hamilton Steel and steelworkers out of business. The Prime Minister promised he would collect $20 billion in tariffs from the United States. There's no $20 billion, there's no tariffs. Will the Prime Minister listen to Parliament, table a budget, and show us how's he going to make up that $20 billion?
L'honorable ministre de l'Industrie.
Speaker, at a time where we are in a trade war and we know that our steel and aluminum workers are worried, we're standing up for them. And we will continue to make sure that we fight by having strong counter-tariffs, that we protect our workers, and we will build through very strong, major national projects. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about losing that vote?
Guy, really? Is it that hot? Take off the sport coat. Goodness gracious. Listen to our Attorney General, this sweatbox, Sean Fraser. What a mess. An embarrassment from Nova Scotia. Just rambling on.
With the government or with one another on any given vote. I try not to bake feelings into these things. They're math challenges, not problems with feelings. But we have to make sure that we do the work necessary to try to collaborate with parties across the aisle in order to implement the mandate that Canadians have given us.
When it comes to nation-building projects, how do you square this duty to consult thoroughly with the government's goal of moving these forward really quickly? When we see examples like Bill 5 in Ontario, Bill C-15 in BC, already seeing a lot of pushback from First Nations communities.
Well, look, I think when we get down to the actual project decisions, it's important that we fully understand the potential impact that those projects could have on rights that are protected in our treaties and, again, protected by our Constitution before we actually move forward with specific projects. We have had some engagement to date leading up to this First Minister's meeting, which is ongoing. The Prime Minister has committed to engaging over the course of the summer directly with Indigenous leaders as well. We've learned over the course of Canada's history, if you exclude rights holders from the conversation, in the long term, it's actually going to slow you down. So putting in the work up front to make sure that the nature of the rights that could be impacted are well understood and moving forward, preferably in collaboration with Indigenous partners, is going to set you up for success in the long term.
Oh, yeah. Sean Fraser, MP, Attorney General now? Like he was a failed housing minister, failed immigration minister. Half of our problems, well, maybe 2/3 of them, are on Sean Fraser's ass. And he is gross. Anyhow, we're going to wrap this up now. We're going to finish off with FPC. Francois Philippe Champagne is now the finance minister. Give me a break. This guy, man, I kind of enjoy him because he engages in being a villain, but he's pure trash. And he's a little man that would be like, oh, you can't beat me up because I'm little. I'll kick a chihuahua if it bites. Like, let's take a look at little FPC. He's a lame-ass liberal liar.
Mr. Speaker, we will take no lessons from the Conservatives. In the auto sector, Mr. Speaker. Even Bloomberg ranked Canada first in the world for the EV supply chain, Mr. Speaker. We should all be celebrating. We're going to fight for the industry. We're going to fight for our workers. We're going to fight for Canada strong, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member for Lethbridge.
And on this side of the House, we will take no lessons for them. We will stand up for Canadians' freedom of choice. Right. Choice to drive the vehicle that suits their needs. Choice to drive the vehicle that they need for their family. That's what this side of the House will stand for. We're talking.
I really, excuse me, honourable member. I missed. If the member could, I couldn't hear anything. If the member could back up just a little bit, the member could start over. Could you start over? Could the member start over? More or less, wherever you want to start from. I couldn't hear. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. You gotta bring the House under control.
The honourable member has the floor. Would she like to ask a question?
I appreciate that. Mr. Speaker, these Liberals over here do not believe in the freedom of choice that Canadians should have when it comes to the vehicle that they drive. Right now, they have a mandate in place that makes it so that Canadians will have to buy EVs. They will have to. But that does not fit the needs of Canadian families. And especially at this time when Canadian families are struggling to make ends meet, they cannot afford the additional $20,000 that this mandate will add to their bill when they go to purchase a new car. Right now, this government has an option, and that is to vote with Conservatives to relinquish their ban on gas-powered vehicles.
Oh, yeah. When I started covering Canadian federal politics, get yours right here, I was thinking that at the time, Secretary DeBrusen was one of the good Liberals. Nah, she's in the cupboard now, like Environment Minister and Minister of Climate Change. She's going to try to oppress you in so many ways and has no regard for the betterment of Canadians. Like, she's a disaster. Let's look.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
I find it rich that they're choosing to take this position instead of talking up a growing and important industry. We stand with our auto workers.
Leader of the Opposition.
There absolutely is a ban. It starts to come into effect next year, and it will absolutely devastate the auto sector here in Canada. The auto sector is already under fire from unjustified U.S. tariffs and the PM's inability to get a deal, but GM, Ford are all saying that this ban will kill jobs. In fact, a new report says that this ban on gas-powered vehicles will kill 90,000 auto jobs. Instead of sending even more jobs to the U.S., why not end the ban on gas-powered vehicles and let Canadians decide what kind of vehicle they want to buy?
The Honourable Minister of the Environment and Climate Change.
Mr. Speaker, it's nice to hear that they're finally recognizing that we're talking about an industry that's facing unjustified tariffs from the United States.
That's right.
But let's also talk about how our auto sector is important. We need to support it in this moment. It's creating good-paying union jobs in our country. An EV standard actually makes sure that new electric vehicles are available to Canadians. They're cheaper to operate, they're cheaper on upkeep, and Canadians want to be able to have access.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
You don't have to allow Canadians to buy one type of vehicle by banning their ability to buy the ones that they actually want.
Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of ministers that we left out of this video. They're cantankerous as well, like LeBlanc is awful. There's more than just these 10, but man, we're gonna finish off here with Stephen Guilbeault. He's trash. Like, obviously, he doesn't care about Canadians, doesn't care about anybody but himself. Let's take a peek at who we have for our Canadian Heritage Minister, whatever the label they threw on that. This guy is a con man and a self-righteous nut. That's just an opinion, but let's take a look. This is, besides our Prime Minister, maybe the most cantankerous of them all. There's a few. We miss Patty Hajdu, like, she's very detestable as well. There are so many problems, guys, and they don't let people open their eyes to it. That's all. Like, let's finish this off with Stephen Guilbeault, and then we'll do our outro. But, man, this isn't by mistake. This is by design. And that is part of the problem. Anyhow, what are you going to do? Show people as best you can what it is you are seeing, I guess. Aaron, Canadian Looney, we're out. Thank you for watching the video. By the end of this, you're frustrated because you're like, I don't want to be the person to bear bad news. But there's like a dark cloud looming, like it's raining on us now. And it's not looming. Yeah, it's raining on us. Anyhow, that's it. It's early on a Sunday morning. Trying not to be frustrated with the world. But boy, oh boy, it's hard when you see this stuff and you're paying attention. No doubt. Anyhow, like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. We are trying to grow this channel. Get your Canadian federal politics right here. Aaron, Canadian Looney, have a great rest of your weekend. Catch you in the next video.
Is that this is the same old government, absolutely hell-bent on continuing to censor what Canadians can see and say online. My question is with regards to Bill C-63 and going forward. You see, C-63 doesn't just target predators, it targets opinions, it targets freedom of thought, it targets discourse within the online sphere. It institutes thought police, for crying out loud. It's a Trojan horse for further government control. So I ask again, in any future legislation going forward, will this Liberal government commit to respecting Canadians and making sure that they do not censor them?
The Honourable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, just about everything that the member said in her intervention is wrong. Bill C-11 ensures that Canadian artists get rewarded, as they should, by online platform, Mr. Speaker. Bill C-11 makes sure that Canadian content can be discovered by Canadians, by my kids, by all of our kids, instead of just international artists, Mr. Speaker. That's exactly what what Bill C-11 does. It gives the opportunity for Canadians to discover Canadian artists, something we should all support, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member for Elgin, St. Thomas, London South.
Mr. Speaker, baseless smears like that are why these Liberals can't be trusted to regulate speech in this country. For years, this Liberal government has determined to censor what Canadians see and say online. From Bill C-11, which put the Liberals in control of YouTube algorithms, to Bill C-18, which squeezed out small and independent media, and to their thought crime Bill C-63. Now we learn in the National Post that cabinet ministers over there are all clamoring over who gets to be responsible for the latest online censorship law. So will the minister who gets to censor what Canadians say please reveal themselves now?
The Honourable Minister.
Even Google agreed that they should do this. Google will pay $100 million to help Canadian journalism in this country. An international US-based company would agree to do that, but the Conservative Party of Canada would vote against this, would prevent that from happening, would want to prevent our media from getting $100 million so that there's more local content, more journalists hired in our newsroom across the country. It is simply unthinkable. It is immoral, Mr. Speaker.
As a European, I am a European, actually.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm an Irish citizen. Yeah, so there you
welcome.
go.
Welcome.
Speaking as a European.
WTF.
Here, here.
How many kids did you molest with Jeffrey Epstein?
More than just elbows.
And as the most European of the non-European countries.
Being aware of what potential conflicts of interest you
What
sought
possible
to avoid.
conflict would you have, Stephanie? Stephanie, I'm complying with the rules. I'm complying with the rules in advance.
These are Muslim values. These are Canadian values.
Hi, everyone. Congratulations, you're spending more money on taxes than on food, clothing, and shelter combined.
Hey, that's something everyone can enjoy.
All right, gang, thank you all very much for watching. Aaron, Canadian Looney, like, share, subscribe. Smash that subscribe. We're trying to grow this thing. Canadian federal politics. Get yours right here. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video.